So friends, welcome to today's class. Working capital management is continuing. I think already we have completed 9 classes and today is the 10th class. Is it not?
Yes, sir.
Today is the 10th class. So I'm going to share the screen with you. Uh, I think that we are in the inventory management was going on. If I become
Yes, sir.
correctly, we have just initiated the topic inventory management. Is it not?
Sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just wait a minute. Yeah, we'll start from inventory management. Okay, so in that context, I had explained you there are basically there are three questions which are dealt with in this topic inventory management. That how much to order, so different levels of ordering quantity can be fixed. Okay, we have understood that thing, reorder level, etc. We have not understood, we'll be understanding. Okay, then when to place order, what is the time at which ordering needs to be done. Then what is the safety stock that needs to be kept, which is also called as the buffer stock. That means in no situation your stock should fall below that level. Okay, that's the minimum safety stock which needs to be maintained. Okay, so these are the three things which are to be dealt with. How much to order means quantity you're talking about, right? In last class, we are discussing about this EOQ concept. Is it done? EOQ stands for
Economic
Economic quantity.
order quantity.
yeah economic ordering quantity. That will address that how much we should order, then when you should place order, what is the appropriate time for that. It depends upon what is your stock level. On that basis we will be deciding when to place the order. Then what is the safety stock, these things we are going to learn today. Yeah, and also there are three major components which are there in which has to be dealt with when we're talking about inventory management. One is raw material. Next is WIP, that is one more component. You know, WIP consists
Yes,
of raw material, labor, overhead. In earlier sessions, we have discussed about this, is it not?
yes, sir.
When we are calculating the value of the WIP, we're using all these things. How raw
Yes, sir.
material is to be valued, labor and overhead has to be added, all these things. And also inventory consists of finished goods. That thing we know, right? And these are the
Yes,
costs which are involved in inventory management. I think we have discussed all these things.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Purchase cost, ordering cost, setup cost, carrying cost, stock out cost. Acha. Then from here we'll be starting benefits versus costs and how the cost of inventory can be lowered. Then various kinds of inventory management models. We'll see. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. At this point, do you have any query? Then tell me quickly. So
Sir, I asked you that in transaction biomass model there is a doubt.
yeah, can you please repeat that doubt? Just
Sir,
going through your message.
you said that the transaction cost is constant in that model, biomass model.
Okay.
But the last line is saying that transaction cost incur both fixed cost and variable cost.
Okay, I did say transaction cost is constant. Okay, transaction cost is constant, but it
But
also
the last,
consists of it. Transaction cost may have two components. One is variable
yes, sir.
component, second is fixed component. So that is the
Yes,
term
sir.
you have. Let me. Can you
Yes,
tell
sir.
me the slide number? Let me go through which slide we
So
are talking about. Baumol's model. Okay, I can find it. Now, yeah, we are
155. Yes, sir.
this one. William Baumol's model.
Yes, sir. The last line, fourth
Last
point.
line, yeah, last time you had sent a photograph to me. some time back. Okay, it says the farm will incur the same transaction cost, meaning the transaction cost is constant. You know
Yes, sir.
what the Baumol's model about is talking about cash management,
Yes,
right?
sir.
And it talks about when we are withdrawing cash. That means suppose we have invested some money in a short-term investment of
Security.
some,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
some kind of security. And if you are liquidating that security, the transaction cost will be constant.
Yes, sir.
Okay, transaction cost will be constant. But that transaction cost may consist of a fixed component and a variable component. That's right. So you might be thinking when it is saying it is constant, then what is the fixed component? What is variable component? Here the point is that transaction cost is constant, meaning fixed component is also constant, variable component is also constant. Right. Let me give
वेरिएबल
an
कंपोनेंट तो varies होता है ना?
no, no, variable that component means let us say variable cost is in a percentage. That percentage is constant. Let me give you an example. Okay. Let us say you have a business and you have kept some deposit in a bank. Okay, short-term deposits which can be liquidated. And
Yes,
if
sir.
you want to liquidate, if you want to liquidate, then you might have to go to the bank. Let us say that is the kind of
Yes, sir.
situation. You have to go to the bank and get that investment liquidated.
Yes, sir.
Fine. So every time you are going to the bank, you have to incur some conveyance cost.
Yes, sir.
Let us say traveling cost from your office to bank is 100 rupees. That means once you are going to the bank, you have to incur 100 rupees. Whether you are
Yes, sir.
liquidating 5,000 rupees or 5 lakh rupees, that doesn't matter. So that component of the
Yes.
transaction cost is constant
Fixed cost.
because it is
Yes,
fixed.
sir.
It is fixed.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let us say when you are liquidating, bank is charging 1%. 1%.
Yes, sir.
Suppose if you liquidate 1 lakh rupees, then 1,000 you have to pay. If 2 lakh rupees, 2,000 rupees you have to pay. Right? Like this.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So bank is charging 1%. So 1% is fixed cost or variable cost.
That is fixed.
1% will depend upon the volume of your withdrawal, volume of your liquidation. Is it not?
So, but
1% is fixed.
for
1 percentage is
it,
fixed. Okay.
yes, sir.
That means per amount that is fixed. 1 percentage is fixed. That's what we are saying. 1% is constant, but amount will vary depending upon how much money you are going to
Yes, sir.
liquidate. It will vary. Right. That is what
Yes, sir.
we
Yes,
say
sir.
when we say a part of this transaction cost is fixed and a part of the transaction cost is variable. But both of them are constant.
Yes,
When you
sir.
talk about variable cost, it is constant per unit.
This 1% is constant for you.
1% will not change. It is not that up to 1
Um,
lakh it is 1%. Suppose I will say up to 1 lakh it is 1%. Beyond that it
yes,
is
sir.
2%. Then it is not constant. Here
Okay,
assumption
sir.
is that it is constant.
Yes, sir.
Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we'll go back to our slides which we are discussing now. Yeah, these are the costs which are involved in inventory management. One is purchase cost. You know, whenever you will be purchasing some inventory, you have to pay a price for that. That is called as purchase cost. Ordering cost, every time you place an order, you have to process that order, right? It will involve transportation cost, inspection cost, quality checking cost, all these things. So they are called as the ordering cost or setup cost. Carrying cost, when you hold the inventory, there is some storage cost involved. There is a cost of deterioration also. All these things consist of
Yes, sir.
carrying cost. Stock out cost, if for some reason you are unable to, if there is some stock shortage and because of which production is disturbed, you are unable to serve the customer, it will involve some kind of cost, right? It will bring idle time for main, idle time for machines. Sometimes you might have to pay penalty, that is called as your stock out cost. So these are the costs which are involved in inventory management. Is it not?
Yes, sir.
Is it not? So one important cost here or one important relationship here you have to understand. The relationship between ordering cost and carrying cost. Ordering cost means every time when you place an order, you have to incur some ordering cost. So if you want to reduce the ordering cost, what you can do? You can reduce the number of orders. Is it not?
Yes, sir.
If you are planning to reduce number of orders, that means order size should be bigger. Suppose you have to order 1 lakh unit. So if you order every time 10,000 units, then you have to place 10 orders. So 10 times you have to incur ordering cost.
Yes, sir.
Instead, suppose you want to do it in 2 orders, only 2 orders. That means every time you have to place order for 50,000 units.
Yes, sir.
Is it not? That means
Yes,
50,000
sir.
units has to come to the office, come to
Order.
the factory, and that has to be stored. When you are storing, it will involve carrying cost.
Yes, sir.
So therefore, ordering cost and carrying cost have a kind of inverse relationship. If ordering
Yes,
cost
sir.
is high, carrying cost will be low. If you want to reduce carrying cost, then ordering cost will be high. Is it not? So somewhere you have to draw a balance between these two costs. Between two costs means between ordering cost and carrying.
Yes, sir.
So you have to compare what is the benefit and what is the cost involved here. Right. So if you order more, advantage is that always things will be available with you. Everything it will be available at your stores. So quickly it will, can be made available for operation. And there is a possibility that you can also get quantity discount.
Yes, sir.
But disadvantages involve the cost of holding, cost of storage. There is a risk of obsolescence. Is it not? Therefore, you have to
Yes.
decide what is the ideal size of order, what is the ideal size of the order, and what is the maximum stock
Optimal.
which you can give. That decision has to be taken, keeping in view the advantages and disadvantages involved in the order size and the storage quantity. Okay,
Yes, sir.
how inventory cost can be lowered? Several options are available. You may enter into some long-term arrangements with the supplier. You can enter into an agreement on long-term basis so that you can have some discount that will reduce your inventory cost. Arranging direct supply at the manufacturing locations. That means you don't have to store directly; they'll be supplying at the factory locations. Promoting ex-factory sales so that you don't have to keep finished goods also. From the factory gate, it will be sold, so you don't have to keep go down for finished goods. Quantity discounts can be availed if somebody is buying more. Then quantity discounts can be given to him so that stock can be disposed of at a faster rate. Spot payment discount, if someone is paying you on the spot, then you can give some discounts. Okay, if so, that may reduce your carrying cost and financing cost also.
Yes, sir.
Apart from that, there are some other techniques are available like ABC analysis, where you can classify the stock into A, B, C categories, which will be learning. That will also help in reducing inventory cost. Okay, so these are some
Yes, sir.
inventory management models. You can see them. First one is EOQ, similar
Economic order.
to the concept that we have learned in cash management, economic ordering quantity we have to decide. Then ABC analysis, we can classify the inventory into A category, B category, and C category. Just in time or JIT is another kind of technique. SCM or supply chain management, material requirement planning, MRP in one more system. So like this, I'm deciding various levels of inventory management. Okay, minimum level, maximum level, reordering level. That those things can be decided. All these things will help us in managing inventory properly. First, we'll see this classical EOQ model with which you are familiar. In your cost accounting also might have studied it. So here the formula, similar kind of formula I had already explained you when we are learning cash management. So what is the formula? EOQ is the whole root of, can you read
Two
it?
into annual demand into
Annual demand
ordering cost
cost divided
into ordering cost divided by carrying cost per
per
unit.
unit. Here is a question here. Annual usage is this much. Acquisition cost per order is rupees 50. Carrying cost per unit is 25%. Item cost, that is per unit cost, is rupees 8. Will you try to solve this question? Please try to solve this question. If you are having calculator you are carrying.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please try to solve this question. Put it. Annual demand is given to you. Ordering cost is given to you. Acquisition cost per order. Carrying cost per unit is given to you.
Answer is 1 lakh.
I will show you the answer.
1 lakh.
No, that is wrong.
Good. Sir,
What you have done? Where you have done the mistake? 2 into annual demand is 2000 into ordering
sir,
cost rupees
यहाँ
50.
पे तो divided नहीं हुआ है.
इसको divide नहीं हुआ. Divided by 25% means 2.25. But carrying cost per unit you have to write in rupees. So item cost per unit is rupees 8. So carrying cost will be 0.25 into rupees 8. Might have committed
Yes,
mistake
sir.
there. Now note it. Note the area where you are committing mistake. Okay, put a mark there that this is the area where you are committing mistakes. So that in exam you should not be committing any mistake. Committing mistake here is fine, but
Sir,
yeah,
25% of 8 rupees is coming 2 rupees. So 2 into 2000 into 50 divided by 2 is coming on that.
yeah. Please check it. I am not getting calculator right now. Yeah, do it. Are you getting the answer? Are you getting the answer?
No sir, 316 divided तो नहीं हुआ है यहाँ पे.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yeah, it is coming 316. Something is wrong in your calculations. I have tried it. It is coming exactly 316. You can see it. Okay. So you once again you practice how to handle calculator. I
Okay
tried
sir.
it. It is coming 216. So something wrong you must have done. Try it once again. You are right. 25% of 8 is 2.
Yes sir.
Then you see what mistake you are doing.
Sir, I did that 2 into 2000 into
2
50.
into 2000
Divide,
into 50 divided by 2.
yes. 2 is
Then root
25%
over.
of 8.
Then whole root over of that thing. It should come 316. Meghna, are you getting correct answer?
Yes, sir. No, sir.
You are also not getting correct answer. So both of you are uh,
No, sir.
not using calculator properly. Okay. Are you able to see the calculator? My calculator, are you able to see?
Yes, sir.
But you are saying 2 into 2000 into 50. Right? How much you are getting? 2 lakh you are getting?
Yes,
2
sir.
into 2000 into 50. How much you are getting in your calculator?
2 lakh.
2 lakh divided by 2. How much you are getting?
So 1 lakh.
Root over of that.
Sir, yes, sir. 316.
Then what is wrong here? You see, this kind of small, simple problems sometimes uh, because you are not used to handling calculator properly, you get a wrong answer. Consequently, you lose marks. 316 it is coming. Practice at
Yes, sir.
home, you will be getting answer. Rosely, you are getting answer. Am I audible to you, Rosalie?
Yes sir.
You got the right answer?
Yes sir.
Okay. Now practice it at home. Yeah, the same formula I had explained you earlier also. So if the order quantity is more, then what will happen? my carrying cost will be more because I have to store it. When I'm storing, I have to incur more carrying cost. So in the horizontal axis, I'm taking the ordering quantity. If order quantity is more, my carrying cost will be more. But if order size or order quantity is more, then what will happen? My ordering cost will be less.
Yes,
Ordering
sir.
cost will keep on coming down, but my carrying cost will be more. I have to find out what is the total cost, considering the carrying cost and ordering cost taken together. And this is my total cost line. Where my total
Yes.
cost is less, that is my economic ordering quantity. Okay. In cash
Yes, sir.
management, I had explained you with the help of a table that how to calculate it. This formula has been explained to you. You can go back and watch that video again, and then you can understand how to compute EOQ by using this formula. But ensure that you are using calculator properly, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Now you see, we are talking about maintaining different levels of stock. So this is what we call it the lower part. You see what is written here?
Safety
Safety
or
of
buffer
buffer
stock.
stock.
Safety stock and buffer stock. That means always we should maintain this much of stock. In no situation stock should come below that. Right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Suppose this
Yes,
is
sir.
what we call it as the maximum level. This is the maximum level stock we should have. If you keep more than that, then our carrying cost will be more. Right? Maximum we should keep this much of stock. And once you start consuming over a period of time, the stock will come down.
Yes,
Is it
sir.
not?
Yes, sir.
You'll be reducing the stock quantity. Okay. And here
Yes,
you
sir.
see at a particular point of time, let us say quantity is here, then you have to immediately place the order. Okay. So that after that also you'll be consuming stock. You are placed the order, but you'll be consuming the stock. So when stocks
Yes.
comes here, your new stock will arrive. And this time gap from here to here, you can see the cursor from here to here. That is time when
Yes.
you placing the order and time when you are getting it. This is called as the
Delivery.
lead time. Suppose you are placing an order today, you are not going to get the material immediately. It will take some time.
Yes, sir.
That time is called as the lead time. So considering lead time, you will decide when to place order. How much to place order, that is your EOQ. But when to place order, it depends upon the lead time. Right? When order is going to be exhausted. Exhausted means keeping safety stock.
Sir, how lead time calculated?
How lead time, it depends upon the supply. Right? It
Okay,
depends
sir.
upon supply. Suppose you see, suppose you are you are sending a gift to someone on his birthday, right? So you know,
Yes.
if you are making an order through some online marketing, but you know on that day is his birthday. Birthday is after 5 days, so you place an order. You know, if I took it today, within 5 days it will be delivered to that person.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
depending upon the transaction, you know this is the lead time.
Yes, sir.
Okay, are you going to the website, marketing website? Let us say any kind of e-shopping website on the birthday itself, or you go there before birthday.
Before birthday.
Before birthday, because you know this is the lead time. Suppose you
Yes, sir.
want to gift somebody on his birthday, then you have to visit to the website before that, so that the lead time will be taken care of, and on expected date on the birthday, the material can be delivered. Exactly same thing
Yes.
happens here. Is it not? How you will calculate? You estimate when order is going to be zero, and how much time it will require to get the fresh stock, right? And within that those many days, what will be the consumption?
Yes, sir.
By using those data, you'll be able to consider, able to find out if consumption, if the stock level rate is at this point, you should immediately place the order. So that when order becomes zero, immediately new stock arrives, it reaches the maximum level. Then
Yes, sir.
again you start consuming, it comes to zero, then again new stock will become. Now
Yes, sir.
here what we are talking about, what is the quantity we will be placing? time we have understood. We have to place the order at this point. It depends upon the lead time. But the quantity,
Yes,
this
sir.
much of quantity I'm talking about. Every time I have to place order for this much of quantity. That is what I'm calling it as EOQ. Right? Both the things are called as EOQ. Every time I have to place EOQ. That means the orders.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Right? So this is
Yes.
called as maximum level. This is called as the minimum level. This place I can call it as the reordering level. This is my lead time. And this
Yes,
is my
sir.
safety stock. I think you have understood clearly how inventory is managed now.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is about okay, here is a question. Can some of you read the question?
XYZ Company Limited in planning to place a order for a purchase of coal. It requires your help to take a decision on quantity of coal to be ordered at a time. The following information is available. Annual consumption is 48,000 ton. Annual carrying cost is 12%. Purchase price per ton is 25 rupees. Ordering cost per order is 180 rupees.
So this time I expect you should be able to solve this question. You should be able to calculate for this EOQ, calculate it properly, and tell me the answer. Okay, this is the formula I am showing you. If you want, you can note down this data. Annual consumption 40,000, annual carrying cost 12%, purchase price of coal per ton rupees 25, ordering cost per order rupees 180. Okay, you have noted down the data, basic data.
Yes, sir.
Should I show you the formula? I am helping you. I will give you the formula, but use your own calculator and tell me the answer. This time, let us see. Last time you had committed some mistakes. This time, please try.
'Sir, please show the question again.
See the question now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I am helping you by showing the formula. You get the answer.
200 answer.
You are saying answer is 200. I don't know the answer. I have to check it out. No,
Oh,
2,400. You see where you committed mistake? Meghna, what is your answer?
2000. Mm.
So now you have seen. I request all of you familiarize yourselves with the operation of calculator with reference to EOQ formula.
Yes, sir, it is coming 2400.
It is coming
Yes, sir.
2,400. You can see it on the calculator exactly. But why at
Yes,
the
sir.
first instance you didn't get the answer?
I forget to calculate the recover.
That
Doing
every time
money.
you are forgetting, so you see, so that may create problem. So make a note of it that in future you should be able to, you will not forget to compute the root over aspect of it. EOQ. Fine. See, small failures many times in exam also we commit similar kind of mistakes. Consequently, we lose marks. Fine. Okay, now coming to this aspect, some theoretical aspect about what is economic ordering quantity. I think you have understood. But once we know this economic ordering quantity, the advantage is that we'll be able to minimize our total cost because at that particular order, that size order, what will happen? Carrying cost, ordering cost taken together, my total cost will be minimum. So through this, we'll be able to balance the ordering cost and carrying cost. As I told you, there is an inverse relationship. If you want to reduce carrying cost, ordering cost will be high. If I want to reduce ordering cost, carrying cost will be high. So sometimes I have to do a balance. I have to do a trade-off between these two costs. So therefore, total cost has to be computed, and by total cost is the minimum, that should be the order size. Okay. So the formula is once again written here. You can go through it. Well, one more technique is used in inventory management, which is called as ABC analysis. You know, organizations or the business houses have got a lot of inventories, isn't it? Some places you can find in lakhs and thousands of invoices. Inventory will be there. Such is the volume of the inventory. And the managerial time is scarce. Managers do not have that much of time to manage perfectly each and every inventory item. So if I want to manage it properly, we need a lot of time and we have to give more effort and more attention as to pay. Therefore, management tries to manage it by adopting a different method. That means the important items, most important items are managed properly, perfectly. The items which are relatively less important, right? So those kind of items, that means detailed attention is not given to those items. So more attention is given to the high value items and less attention is given to the relatively less valued items. Right. So to understand that thing, I'm showing you a chart. Are you able to see this chart now?
Yes, sir.
Now you see, here I'm talking about this is what you see various kinds of inventories are there, and this portion, let us say there are only 7 items, right? This is the number of items. Here up to 5, the 7 items are there. But if I see the value of this item, the 7 items value is around 90,000. Only 7 items, so value is 90,000. Then I'm finding out some other items. Here only after 7, these are 11 items. 11 items, but the value taken together is around 35,000. Then I'm saying another group of items. There are 32 items. 32 items, such is the number, but value is only 7,000. If that is so, ABC analysis concept says that you should pay more attention to these items. Only to these 7 items should be perfectly managed. If 7 items is perfectly managed, you are able to value wise, you are able to manage items which value is up to 90,000. You are
Yes, sir.
expected to give less attention to these 32 items and more attention to these 7 items. So for that thing, what you have to do, you have to classify the items into 3 categories: A, B, C, A, B, C categories. Right? There might be more classes also depending upon your choice. Okay, so that more attention can be given to high value items. This is called as ABC analysis concept. Here you see in this
Yes.
example I am showing you. Let us say there I have categorized like this: A, B, C, 3 kinds of components are there. A is 5,000 units, B is 4,000 units, C is 2,000 units. My total stock is 11,000 units. Right? So if we see the unit wise, so A constitute 45%, B constitute 36%, C constitute 18%. So one may think, okay, 5,000 items, so many items are there, 45%. So I should give more attention to these items. A category, right? But when you convert it into the value, let us say value per item is 1,000. So total value here will be 50 lakh. Here value will be 40 lakh. Here value will be 120 lakh. Where value is high?
Sir, in third case.
Third case. Okay. Third case, you see total value. If they say percentage wise, it is 55%. Therefore, more attention should be given to A category or C category.
C category.
C category. Okay, that is why we analyze the items into A, B, and C categories. That is the purpose. One more technique is available, which is called as the just-in-time or JIT. In this case, it is also an inventory management system whereby goods, materials, labor, etc. are scheduled to arrive exactly at the time when it is required. So that means exactly at the factory gate when it is required, the things will be arriving. So you'll be saving the storage cost,
Yes, sir.
right? Whenever you need, you don't have to store anything. Exactly at time, things will arrive. That is called as the JIT technology. Similarly, SCM or supply chain management is one more kind of technique where we manage the flow of goods and services and movements of goods, entire storage management and stores management is taken care of. So all these aspects, entire aspects are managed in such a way that overall cost can be minimum, right? So all these supplies involved in the manufacturing process, distribution service, distribution process, retail location areas, customer areas, raw material, raw material activities, raw material related activities. All these things are managed properly. That is called as the supply chain management. It is managed in such a way that it will be reducing the cost. Similarly, this MRP or material requirement planning is one more concept. Here in all these aspects like ordering, forecasting, placing of purchase order, material planning, work orders. These are various elements of MRP. So it involves production planning, production scheduling, inventory control. In toto, it is called as material requirement planning. This will also help in reducing inventory cost. So with this inventory management part is over. Now receivable management part, I plan to cover it in our next class. Okay, we'll do that thing. We'll cover it in our next class in receivable management. With that, I think we'll be able to close this chapter working capital management.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you have any query?
Yes.
So maybe tomorrow we'll be covering that thing. Then we'll be moving up once that is finished. Next week onwards, it might be what is the next chapter then? Once this is over,
The security analysis.
security analysis part will be starting. So we need one more day to complete this thing. So tomorrow we'll be planning. Okay then. Any query you have?
Yes. No, sir.
Well, thank you very much. We'll catch up on our
Thank
next
you, sir.
class. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.